Hi everyone, it's Mr. Ryder, just providing a couple of quick midweek updates on Writing Project 2. So the first thing that I wanted to let you guys know of is, as with Writing Project 1, I'm going to give you a little extra time to finish up Writing Project 2 if you need it. The revised due date for Writing Project 2 is Wednesday, April 8 by 11:59 p.m. on Turnitin.com. So Wednesday, April 8 by 11:59 p.m. on Turnitin.com. That'll give you a little extra time to finalize your paper should you need it. I appreciate people's good questions. Some people already have your paper submitted, which is wonderful. If you're in the group of individuals who've already submitted your paper and you find you do want to make a couple of extra tweaks with that extra time, you can always just email your revised version to me at rryder@cscc.edu. rryder@cscc.edu. So just wanted to let you guys know about that first. And then the other thing that I wanted to let you know of is a couple people have been asking about a few suggestions for working on the argumentative paper. So keep in mind that an argumentative paper, not everything in your paper has to focus on argument. You do want your paper overall to focus on some new idea, some original argument that you're making about your topic, hence making it different from what you did for your literature review essay, where you were just telling your reader what your sources were about for the most part and then analyzing those sources a bit. You do want to have some type of new argument, but it's difficult to have a argument that flows through every single word, sentence, and paragraph of your paper. So as such, my suggestion is to just make sure that you're finding some small nuggets. I always think of this as any good argument paper is going to have a lot of information from your different sources, quoted passages and other information, some paraphrased material that is helping to support your thesis, but you're also finding some small nuggets. I think of them as just kind of little gold nuggets within your paper that reflect and represent your own new original ideas about your topic. Everybody works to try to have some of those nuggets of interesting new insights in their writing. So that's going to be my suggestion to you. One of my colleagues had put together a book about a year ago that also offers a few suggestions with regards to argument papers. So just a couple of really quick things that I wanted to mention. One thing that can be beneficial is to refute or acknowledge other positions. So if you're having trouble getting to that 2,000 words, one thing that can be nice to do in your paper here or there is to present the opposing argument. So if you're arguing one stance, present the other perspective. Ultimately, you do still want to tell your reader that your perspective is the best one and is the strongest argument, but that can be a really interesting thing to do. The other thing to do that I think is valuable as well, particularly because you guys have so many interesting topics, is make sure you're providing some good background information. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to be going through tremendous summaries of each of your different sources, but you do want to provide some background on your topic. That's going to give your reader some context and some information for what you're writing about, and that can be found in the introduction. You can also provide some nice context within the body paragraphs as well. Use those headings. I would recommend the headings are going to be a nice way to break up your argument into different parts. So it's almost like you're writing small, more focused arguments that talk about the different features of what you're discussing. Remember in APA that you can have headings that separate your ideas from one another. And last thing that was going to mention is just make sure that you're using your different sources. It's perfectly fine in an argument paper to have more than one source in each body paragraph. It's actually preferable to have multiple sources side by side in your writing. You want to make sure that you're using, you have at least one citation within your paper for each of the 6 sources that you're using. Make sure that you have a good clean reference page at the end, and make sure that at the beginning of your paper you have that abstract. The abstract is essentially a introduction to what your topic's about, to provide a little bit of a summary and a little bit of background about what you're writing about. So thank you guys so much for what you're putting into the class. I can tell that many of you, most of you are putting a lot of time into keeping up with the materials and keeping up with your writing. So let me know if you have any questions, and again, the final draft, if you need a little extra time, that's been extended to Wednesday, April 8th by 11:59 p.m. I'll update that on turnitin.com, and I'll send an announcement out about this on Friday as well, and post a written announcement as well, so you have that information. Have a great day, and thanks for your time.